Hey folks, welcome back to Military Forces Unleashed. Today we're diving deep into a question that's been sending shockwaves across geopolitical circles. Is China actually ready for war with the United States? Because let's be honest, when a global superpower starts flexing its military muscles and throwing around phrases like, "We are ready for any kind of war," you know things are getting serious. But before we all start prepping our bunkers, let's break this down. How capable is China's military? What's the real strength of the PLA? And most importantly, could they actually take on the US in a full-scale conflict? Stick around, because we're unpacking it all. Without the fluff, without the propaganda, just facts, analysis, and maybe a bit of dark humor. To understand China's military ambitions today, we need to rewind a few decades. Back in the 90s, the People's Liberation Army, PLA, was still rocking outdated Soviet-era hardware and doctrine. Their naval capabilities, limited, their air force, let's just say it wasn't giving the US much to worry about. But then came the wake-up call, the Gulf War. Watching the US dismantle Saddam Hussein's forces with next-gen precision warfare was a harsh lesson for Beijing. They were way behind, and something had to change. Enter the era of the Great Leap Forward in military modernization. Under Xi Jinping, China's defense strategy shifted from quantity to quality. Fewer troops, but way better tech. The focus? Cyber warfare, missile supremacy, and a navy that could challenge US dominance in the Pacific. Fast forward to today, and China isn't just catching up, it's redefining the battlefield with new generation stealth fighters, hypersonic missiles, and the world's largest navy by sheer numbers. Let's break it down by branch. Navy, plan. China now fields more warships than the US Navy, including aircraft carriers, destroyers, and a growing fleet of nuclear-powered submarines. The Type 055 destroyer? A beast. The new Type 003 aircraft carrier, a direct challenge to American carrier strike groups. Air Force, PLAF. The J-20 stealth fighter is China's answer to the F-22 and F-35. It's fast, stealthy, and packed with advanced sensors. But is it truly a match? That's debatable. Rocket Force, PALARF. Here's where things get spicy. China has invested heavily in hypersonic missiles, like the DF-17, which could render traditional missile defense systems useless. The DF-26, nicknamed the Guam Killer for a reason? Cyber and space warfare. China isn't just thinking about traditional battlefields. Their cyber capabilities could cripple enemy infrastructure, and their space force is working on satellite-killing technology. Because let's be real, future wars won't just be fought on land and sea, they'll be fought in space and cyberspace. On paper, China's military looks formidable, but war isn't just about numbers. The US has decades of combat experience, something China lacks. American forces are battle-hardened from Iraq, Afghanistan, and countless smaller operations worldwide. China? The last time they fought a real war was against Vietnam in 1979, and it didn't go well. Then there's logistics. The US has a global network of bases, allies, and supply chains. China? They're mostly playing defense in their own backyard. And while Beijing has ramped up military drills and exercises, real-world combat is an entirely different beast. If China and the US ever come to blows, Taiwan is the most likely trigger. Beijing has made it clear they want Taiwan back, and they're willing to use force if necessary. The US, on the other hand, has a history of backing Taiwan with weapons, training, and strategic partnerships. If China tries a full-scale invasion, we could see the biggest military showdown of the 21st century. Would China succeed? Maybe. But it wouldn't be easy. Amphibious invasions are notoriously difficult, and Taiwan has been heavily fortifying its defenses. Plus, U.S. intervention could turn a regional fight into a global conflict overnight. No military is invincible, and China has its fair share of weak spots. Lack of real combat experience. War isn't a video game. You can't just level up overnight. Dependency on imports. Despite rapid advancements, China still relies on foreign technology for some key military components. Geopolitical isolation. Unlike the US, which has NATO and strategic allies, China's only major military ally is Russia. And let's be honest, Moscow has its own problems right now. Short answer? Not yet. But they're getting there. Fast. Xi Jinping has been reshaping the PLA into a modern fighting force, but transitioning from a regional power to a true global military heavyweight takes time. If war broke out today, China would put up a hell of a fight, but the US still holds key advantages in experience, logistics, and global reach. But give it another decade, that's a different conversation. So what do you think? Is China ready to take on the US? Or is this just posturing for the world stage? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And hey, if you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're bringing you raw, unfiltered military analysis every week, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching Military Forces Unleashed. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.